let me know right now, before I even say anything, which anniversary headliners would you say you have been the most hype for? Just let me know, because there really is no right or wrong answer, and I'm not asking which anniversary characters you liked the best based off of their kits or how good they are. This is not a discussion based off how good characters are. I'm talking strictly about how hype you were for the characters themselves. You can either let me know which anniversary brought the part 1 units that you were the most hyped for, or you can order them from me. You can say, yo, Mr. Baby, I think the 5th anniversary had the most hype characters ever. Then second, I'd say the 9th year. Again, you can say whatever you want. I'm just really curious to see, because this is we have the only time in Dokkan history where we've had an anniversary that did not feature a Goku or Vegeta or a fusion of the characters was all the way back since the 1st year anniversary. This is a massive pattern interrupt, and one that I am actually very excited for, hence this tweet right here. Are these the most hype anniversary headliners ever? If not, then who? 5th year and these guys are tied. I do not know. This is one of those community videos where I mentioned to you earlier in the year I want to do more community driven content, but from Discord as well as from Twitter. So feel free to join Discord, link in the description, or follow me over on Twitter. At least keep tabs on it, because when I ask questions like this, I may not say there'll be for a video, but you can definitely count on it. So again, I'm going to go ahead and read some of these comments, but before I do, I want to give you, I guess, what my personal favorites are in terms of just hype, just characters, right? And then maybe even order them for you, which we shouldn't really take too long doing. But this is just more of a chill video. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully you're having a great day. If not, like I mentioned in these videos, hopefully from here on out, your day gets a lot better. Thank you for all the love and support. Thank you for being here, and consider subscribing if you are new. Road to 100K, whether you join now or later is up to you, but regardless, I'm happy you're here. Anyways, let's move on. So when it comes to the anniversaries, in terms of hype, the reason why I say that the 5th year and these guys are tied, I can't even describe it to you, but there was something about the 5th year anniversary that just made these characters so hype. Maybe it was like, the animations, or I couldn't even tell you. And to even further the point of, these characters, or this discussion isn't really revolved around how good these characters are. STRUI Goku, who dropped before these 5th years on Global Dokkan, he was the global first that dropped before, I think a month or two before. I consider personally STRUI, maybe there's a hot take, but I consider STRUI Goku to be better than these 5th years upon release. And of course, only because STRUI Goku got the job done in content like SBR, which back in the day, Red Zone didn't exist, right? So, you had content like SBR, ESBR, and Goku was just dominating if he could dodge. Where these guys just took so long to build up. You never saw those fusions, or, things that you never saw their max power until really deep into a legendary fight, or ever so rarely in SBR, ESBR. So I consider STRUI Goku to be better than these guys upon release. But with that said, these characters, this anniversary was still the most hype thing ever that Dokkan released up until this point, right? So I consider 5th year and 9th year anniversary to be tied for number 1. The reason why I love this anniversary so much is, again, it's a massive pattern interrupt. I love when they do things differently, and there's something about BROLY himself. Again, I mean, look at the profile picture up here, bro. Look at the profile picture on Twitter, man. Look at the profile picture on YouTube. It's not a, and I'm more of a Z BROLY guy than a Dragon Ball Super BROLY guy, but still, it's a completely new character for an anniversary. I'm a big fan of the carnival format as well, not necessarily the teal coin aspect, but there's something, I don't know, man. I liked this. It's just so hyped to me, dude. But yeah, I'd say these two are tied currently for number 1, which would mean that we'd have to go straight to number 3, because if I give this number 1, this automatically becomes number 2. So these two are tied number 1. They can be number 1 or number 2 interchangeably. The number 3, so which anniversary would I consider to be the third most hype. Again, just in my opinion, it'd have to be either the 3rd anniversary or the 7th. The 7th was just really, really cool. We finally got this character that we've been asking for such a long time. But the 3rd anniversary, I think, was really, really hype as well. It's hard for me, man. I probably have to say 7th year. Yeah, I'd probably say 7th year is number 3. And then 3rd year anniversary is number 4, to be honest. You know, and this is changing. Like, tomorrow you can ask me and I might, you know, switch these around here, right? So I don't know, but I'd say 1 or 2, or 1 and 2, 3 for sure, and 4 for sure. And then we have 1st, 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 8th anniversary. I'd probably put 8th anniversary at number 5. I'm just not a big fan, to be honest, of the GT Goku and Vegeta. Not in terms of, again, we're not talking about kit, because they're obviously the best unit in the game, or they were when they first released. So again, we're not talking about kit. I'm just not a fan of the character. The character concept itself doesn't, like, make me hype, right? And Z Duo are my favorite character, you know, to this day in the game. So of course, that's why they're at number 5 here. Numbers, we could put the 1st anniversary all the way at the bottom. I mean, I telling you right now, I played during this anniversary. I pulled STR Gogeta and I just stopped playing because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I just had no hype for this. Or I guess I didn't really understand the hype, I should say. And then 2nd anniversary has to be second to last, only because, again, I was slightly getting more into the game here. Super Saiyan 4 is my favorite transformation, of course, but still, it's like, I didn't really understand the game. I wasn't that emotionally invested to really say, oh my god, this is such a great, like, you know, like, I didn't really understand what was going on. I was just so playing casual here or there, kept deleting the game and stuff like that, so wouldn't really make much sense. And then of course we have 4th and 6th anniversary. You know, the 6th anniversary, I just, you know, I don't know, man. 6th anniversary, which like, it was a hype anniversary. There was just something about this anniversary I just wasn't a big fan of. But the 4th year, of course, was, I don't know, man. These can be interchangeable as well. We do 1 or 2, or 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 and 9 for sure. These 2 can be interchangeable. Again, some of these anniversaries were just not hype. You know, I'd probably put Super Saiyan 4s in front of, actually, because these guys, knowing that they had like a new mechanic coming, made them a lot more hype, in my opinion. But of course, the Super Saiyan 4s reimagined, as LRs, was of course extremely hype as well. So, and the art was beautiful for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So, I'd probably put them a little bit in front. But I don't know, man. LRUI Goku really carried this anniversary. Like, Vegeta felt like he didn't really exist. I don't know what it was, man. Anyways, that's probably my order here. You might disagree. That's perfectly okay. But I'd definitely put these 2 anniversaries up front. In terms of what other people said, not for me. I love Gogeta, but I'm getting tired of seeing him every other anniversary. I prefer what they did last year. Again, fair take. There is no right or wrong answer here, right? But it's really interesting to see how people are reacting to a completely new character for it. And when I say completely new, I'm saying in terms of, like, not a Goku, not a Vegeta, or not a form of, you know, of either one of them combined, fused, anything like that. It's easily this for me, fair. The headliners are outrageously hype, which almost makes me doubt that Beast is coming for part 2, because genuinely that would be the most insane thing ever. I agree. Year 10 is going to need to be unbelievable if it wants to surpass this one, which I feel like every anniversary should definitely surpass the previous. I personally still feel like it's easily the 5th anniversary for me. Not a huge BROLY fan, and this Gogeta does not feel nearly as exciting as the 5th year one did, which is fair. This Gogeta does not feel as exciting as the 5th year. But what I will say is that these 2 as a pair, because one's a carnival and one's not, because simply that BROLY is a completely new anniversary character, just makes this anniversary more intriguing for me, right? So I'm not saying this you know, Arigato Gyro is wrong. I'm just simply saying I agree, but those are my reasons why it's not an easy 5th year for me. They're very, very tied, I guess. Year 5's for me, peak, fair enough. I'll never say there's an outright answer to your question, and if I do, chances are I'll change my mind in 5 minutes. The 7th anniversary was kind of special to me, though. I think of they had carnivals at their disposal and chosen Omega and Broly for part 2, it would be an outright great overall anniversary with ease. But in terms of just headliners, 5th and 7th fight for first place, I can't decide between the rest. And again, 7th anniversary, that's why I put it at number 3 here, was again one of the anniversaries where it's just extremely hype. And you know, I'm a Gogeta guy, right? Like Vegeto's cool, but seeing how both characters had a Gogeta moment in their kit was just amazing too. Like you know, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, bro. And then like when Legends got this character a few months before this release for their Legends Festival, I'm like, dude, there's no way they don't introduce this for anniversary. And not only did they give us this character, but they gave him to us as gods. Like, God Vegeta in a card is so sick. So, I don't know. Let's move on here. If part 2 is Beast, and surely 9th year is the Beast if. Beast if meaning like a what if Beast Gohan? I gotta stop clicking on these comments. I love the combo for an anniversary. Always wanted it since the movie, but they didn't go back to it until now, and I'm very happy with these picks. Fair enough. I may just be a boomer, but it's got to be 3rd anniversary for me. That's why it's number 4, man. 3rd anniversary was definitely special, and I think the arts for these characters really played. Like, there's something about these arts that just feel so nostalgic to me, and just how dominant these characters were. I believe Vegeta was a little bit better, but how dominant both of these characters were, and how amazing they aged, and how great the art was, especially back at that time. 3rd year was definitely an amazing year. 7th year is just in front, just because of some personal nitpicks I have about the characters. But by nitpicks, I'm saying like art wise, and like, dude, God Vegeta is just so sick to me. So, but I mean, like, if I'm being honest, 7th year is definitely in front. But like I said earlier in the video, you can ask me tomorrow, and I'd switch it around, right? So again, I agree 100%. Like, you could have Goku and Vegeta fuse mid-game. Sure, we take it, granted now, but that was unprecedented back in the day. Yeah, that's the thing. The fusion mechanic, like I mentioned earlier, it was sick to have. In terms of personal hype, I'd say 2nd and 6th are higher. In terms of community / objective, we'll have to see the animations and kits first, with the 5th and 7th being above everything else. 5th fusions, AGL UI, and 7th fusions were seen as steps above everything by most. So I agree with the 5th year, talk. Like, sorry, 6th year being AGL UI. But my thing is, as headliners as a pair. Like, for example, if AGL UI was my favorite anniversary headliner of all time, but Vegeta wasn't, I wouldn't put him number 1, because I'm thinking about these characters as a pair, right? Not like, obviously AGL UI is more hype, like, overall as a character than Broly, right? But I love the combination of Gogeta and Broly higher than I love the combination, because I'm looking at both of these characters, not just one or the other, right? This would be a completely different list if it was just which single anniversary headliner was my favorite. So because I just did not like this Vegeta, man. I don't, and even when the reveal was happening, it was definitely hype, right? Because every anniversary is hype. You feel the hype within the community, but just even before seeing the kid, because obviously his kid wasn't great, right? But I wasn't a fan, like, or I guess saying it now, thinking back, of course I was hyped for the character, but it's just I don't know. I think you understand what I'm trying to say when it comes to Vegeta. Gonna give it to 7th. It's 2 brand new characters, and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta finally got an LR. That's fair. Definitely this one for me, considering I literally joined Dokkan again in the 5th anniversary randomly because someone told me about a farm bot. This time I got to experience the Gogeta hype for real. Yes, sir. 5th and 6th year was more hype for me personally. UI Goku is still the most hype character for me personally, fair. Which is why I hope part 2 is Beast Gohan and Blue Goku that transforms into UI Sign. Yeah, that'd be a crazy part 2. I don't think that's coming, I'm not gonna lie, but that'd be a very, very hype part 2 for sure. Yeah, so like as you read these comments, you're gonna see a very, very, very popular theme, right? You're gonna see 5th year anniversary, 5th year, I mean 6th year there too, but 5th year anniversary, 5th and 7th, right? 5th year anniversary. A lot of 3s in here too. I guess this is for 7, 5, and 9. So 7th anniversary, 5th year anniversary. Like I think a general consensus with the community is simply you have the 9th year, the 5th year, the 7th year, and the 3rd year being like the most hype anniversaries of all time. Like, and for all the out of all the 9 years, these 4, in terms of overall, considering both characters, the most hype. But individually speaking, like AGL UI Goku is definitely just up there. Like almost no one is really competing with him. Like I would say AGL UI at the time that he released, because remember there was no UI Goku standalone back in the day, and actually he's still the only one, right? So being that he is still the only standalone, I guess there's the free-to-play STR one, but that doesn't really, like, that came out during the anniversary. So in terms of him being like the only premium standalone UI Goku, we were really like fiending for this character, which just increased the level of hype for it, right? So like AGL UI by himself, I think, is just more hype than both of these characters. But again, considering both characters and in terms of just overall hype and how things are just different this anniversary, I just have to give it to the 9th anniversary as tied for first with the 5th years, man. And again, it's just going to be really interesting to see how this pans out, in the sense that when these kits are revealed, again, this is just based off overall hype, but when these kits are revealed, if these units are without a doubt the best in the game, like they can go back and forth being argued as number 1, and there is no one in 2nd, 3rd, or 4th place, this is going to be probably the best anniversary of all time for me, because now I'm considering and factoring in how good these characters are. Again, the focus of this video is just hype overall for the overall characters, not necessarily the kit or how good they will be, but now it's like looking forward, looking into the future. When these kits are revealed, it's going to solidify it, because how fun are they to run makes all the difference, right? The 5th year anniversary, like, I'm biased because STR Gogeta's animations are just incredible. Top 2 in the game. Am I crazy for saying it's top 3 in the game, man? Anyways, thank you for watching. If you're still actually watching up until this point, let's have a secret code that lets me know that you're actually invested in these videos. I appreciate you. Let's do the code. Go BROLY, come on BROLY. That's all you gotta type. Go BROLY, come on BROLY is all you need to say. All right. Or if you personally like Z BROLY more, say go BROLY, come on Z BROLY, and then you're good to go. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you again for all love and support, and peace.